shake them off. Shake them off.
Got it.
Is that the pitch you want?
Welcome back to Top Cheddar Sports.
Welcome back.
It's Monday.
Yes, it is.
So what are we doing?
We, Monday, talking about some MLB action.
Perfect.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Brett. Round of applause for both of us.
It's hard to do when we have props. You have to figure out
'cause
where to put the prop to clap.
Yeah, I gotta clap into the mitt here.
It's a muffled
bad.
sound.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about all the latest news from Major League Baseball, and we will start with the All-Star voting.
Yes.
It's about that time. We're getting into it. So there was an All-Star Game vote update. So we'll start with the AL. In the AL, just going around the horn, we've got Gary Sanchez, Luke Voit, Tommy La Stella. Then we go to third base because that's how numbers work in baseball. Alex Bregman and Jorge Polanco round out the infield with Mike Trout, George Springer, and Austin Meadows set to track down fly balls in the outfield. And since the AL has the DH, they also vote on that. JD Martinez is currently leading that category. For me, Brett, the biggest surprise for the AL vote is Tommy La Stella and Jorge.
He has been having a stellar year.
He has. He's been hella Stella.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. And the main reason there is because Altuve and Correa sit just behind them in the vote. And it's because with baseball, it's a popular vote. But La Stella and Polanco have been having probably the better year. So they do deserve it. It's just a surprise given the popular vote. But good on the MLB fans for making sure the right guys are getting in.
Then in the National League, around the horn, you have Wilson Contreras, MVP candidate Josh Bell, Ozzie Albies, Nolan Arenado, Javier Baez lead the infield vote with MVP candidate Cody Bellinger, MVP candidate Christian Yelich, and Ronald Acuna Jr. Leading the outfield vote out there. This lineup looks like the most stacked and shows the true talent of the National League.
Yeah.
Really no surprise here. I'm a little surprised Josh Bell's leading the category since it is popular vote, just personally.
But because of the season he's put together and because he's a leader,
He's earned the respect
in
I guess,
RBIs,
of the voters.
yeah,
Sure.
he definitely deserves it.
But yeah, the NL will probably still find a way to lose like they do every year.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, so on to the game action. So a couple teams were mashing some dingers. The Phillies and Diamondbacks had one heck of a night, combining for 13 home runs, setting a new Major League Baseball record.
That's crazy.
The Dbacks went on to win 13-8, and they won the home run battle, mashing 8 of the home runs, and that set a team record. The Diamondbacks opened the game with back-to-back-to-back shots off of Phillies starter Jared Eichhoff. Gene Segura responded for the first of 5 Philly homers. And in the end, 3 players hit 2 home runs. The D-backs, Eduardo Escobar and Ildemaro Vargas, each hit 2, and Scott Kingery for the Phillies
Of all
hit
people,
2 home runs.
Scott
Right,
Kingery.
he's having one heck of a season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the Phillies, all of their home runs were solo shots, so that didn't help them in the run-scoring category, which is why they lost 13-8.
Justin Verlander, maybe the second coming of Nolan Ryan. We've already talked plenty.
Bold take.
We've already talked plenty about how the 36-year-old has seemingly found a fountain of youth lately.
Yeah.
To not only get his career back on track, but to now pitch like he is once again in his prime. So this past week, he added an impressive milestone, recording a career-best 15 strikeouts in just 7 innings. On the year, he has a 2.41 ERA, and while his FIP suggests great defense behind him, he has also excelled at allowing little to no base runners with an eye-popping .725 whip.
Gotta
So
love that
each inning,
whip.
on average, he's not even letting anyone on base.
He's letting 3/4 of a base runner reach base. That is so impressive.
That's going to lead to good things.
Yep.
That's going to lead to good things.
One of the rarer feats in baseball is the awe-inspiring cycle, a feat in which one player hits one of each type of hit, a single, double, triple, and home run, all in one game. Now, Brett, we have made a habit of bringing up this cycle, but
We have.
different ones. We've
kinds.
talked about a team hitting for the home run cycle, and we talked about a player,
The stolen base
stolen base cycle
Yeah.
with Malik Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we can actually talk about the real deal, an honest and true cycle. Make it 2. This last week, There were 2 cycles hit by Angels DH Shohei Ohtani and Indians first baseman Jake Bauers on back-to-back days. So that's pretty crazy. Ohtani's is extra special because it was the first time a Japanese player had hit for the cycle in MLB history.
That's awesome to see.
That is.
And I know hitting for the cycle is obviously really challenging, but I am a little surprised Ichiro never had one in his career, given his speed and just how many games he played, how many hits he had. But yeah, great for Ohtani. That's awesome.
It was also honestly a tale of 2 cycles. Ohtani did it in pretty easy fashion. He hit the home run first and the single last. Bauers, on the other hand, it took a check swing infield single to get his one hit. His was a little more hard fought, but yeah, also just very impressive to see 2 in the same week.
The Padres had a little magic happen this past week in a game against the Rockies. So heading into the 9th, the Rockies led by 6, 11-5, and had a 99.9% chance to win that game.
But you're telling me there's a chance, Brett.
There is a 0.1% chance.
Tell me more. What happened?
Well, then Eric Hosmer drove in 2 on a single. Hunter Renfroe hit a 2-run shot to make the game 11-9. Then Fernando Tatis Jr. delivered a 2-run single with the bases loaded and 2 outs to tie the game.
Damn.
In the 12th, then, the Padres started another rally that was capped by Renfroe's 3rd homer of the game, and they went on to win that 16-12 in 12 innings.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Very impressive.
So we here at Top Cheddar have been making it a habit lately to talk about Austin Riley, but this week we're going to change it up. We're going to talk about somebody different, but we still got Riley in, so that's all that matters. Astros prospect Jordan Alvarez has been scorching hot since touching MLB soil. In just 5 games, Brett, and 17 at-bats, he has 8 hits, 4 of which are home runs. He's driven in 8 RBIs, and he's managed to walk 6 times, and that's more than the number of times he struck out, which is 5. That's super impressive for a rookie, because all rookies tend to do when they come up and hit MLB pitching for the first time is all they do is strike out. So the fact that he has walked more than strike out,
good sign.
Very, very impressive.
Very disciplined. Trade alert. Trade alert. Trade alert. The Yankees made a move to add veteran slugger Edwin Encarnacion, who's on my fantasy team, sending Juan Then, to the Mariners in return. Encarnacion's hitting .241 and has 21 home runs, which leads the American League. For Then, it's a return to the Mariners, the team that signed him as an international free agent. It's also another move for the Mariners, who will more than likely continue to sell off all their contracts and players leading up to the deadline. So they get a good pitching prospect for Encarnacion there.
Yeah. Last bit of news for the week is another impressive feat. Rockies outfielder Charlie Blackmon recorded 4 hits in 3 straight games. It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
The former All-Star has quietly put together another great year, continuing to live up to the contract that the Rockies gave him.
Good to see. Stats update. It's our same 3 hitting leaders.
Naturally.
So Bellinger's average is at 355. Excuse me. Yelich has 26 home runs, and Josh Bell is now up to 64 RBIs. Bellinger and Yelich both sit in the top 5 for each category, so they could get the triple crown.
Legitimate triple crown.
Both of them could get the triple crown. Yeah.
All right, for pitching, Ryu stands alone in the under 2 ERA race again. He sits with a 1.36 ERA. Garrett Cole holds a 4 strikeout lead over Max Scherzer with 140 strikeouts, and Lucas Giolito and Jake Odorizzi are tied with 10 wins each. Kirby Yates appeared in 1 game this past week, but it wasn't a save opportunity, so perfection is still his with 23 saves on the year.
Over the standings in the AL East, the Yankees now hold a half-game lead on the Rays, so the Rays catching up there. In the Central, the Twins have a commanding 11-game lead over the Indians, and once again have baseball's best record. While in the AL West, the Astros hold a 9.5-game lead over the Rangers. While it's a little early to discuss the wild card, the AL could end up having a competitive race there with 5 teams within 5 games of that second spot.
Yeah.
So.
That at least could be competitive in the AL, unlike
the
rest of it. Yeah. In the NL, the Braves have a 1.5-game lead over the Phillies in the East. The Cubs and Brewers remain neck and neck, tied in the Central, 3.5 games ahead of the Cardinals. And the Dodgers, with the best record in the NL, hold a 9.5-game lead over the Rockies and Diamondbacks. So that will do it
That's it.
for Top Cheddar
We're done.
this Monday. And that's it for baseball. Tomorrow, we got so much to talk
Tomorrow,
about. the NBA.
we do have a lot
Should
to talk
be
about
fun.
the NBA, and I believe that will be us.
It will be us, yes.
I know we mentioned it
We
might
mentioned
have been
Victor, but
that will be us.
we're covering it. Sorry,
We'll
Vic.
be back
All
Tuesday
us.
night. All right.
We'll see you guys then.
See ya.
Glove drop. Knew it. Like our little sports closet.
Yes, it's all the props.